What's up, guys? How are you doing? It's a beautiful morning. Really shitty weather though. I hope you're well wherever you are from, wherever you are right now. I hope the weather is good, treating you well. Mine isn't as much, but we are surviving. We are happy. We move on. We focus. Anyway, guys, looking sharp, right? See, looking sharp. Those people who came to my comment section and started telling me, "Oh, you need to look like money. This is what money looks like." You think so? Wrong mindset, mate. Wrong mindset. Anyway, guys, just tell me if I'm looking sharp, you know? Anyway, guys, I just want to say thank you for those who have been supportive. We are growing, the channel is doing well. And for those who also come and make very negative comments, I appreciate your presence and I appreciate your support in growing the content as well. I know sometimes there are things that you want improvement on, but the way you put it across really matters. And again, some people also come and insult me based on facts that they don't even understand. They don't know the origin, they don't know the stories. So they just come to my comment section to insult me. I also say welcome and do your job. No problem. Otherwise, guys, just know Ken's Money Matters is here to stay and we're doing amazingly well. Thank you guys for those who have been supportive. I'm appreciative. Please subscribe and share, and always apply whatever it is we are teaching at Ken's Money Matters Financial Literacy School. Anyway, guys, let's move on to this day's topic, which is about the worst mistakes that could mess up your investment journey. These mistakes are, sometimes negligible, sometimes you don't think about them, but they could change your financial life if you're trying to invest. So one thing about investing is that if you manage to conquer the fear of investing and start the process of investing, then you also have to be aware of the pitfalls that you might go through as you start the process of investing. So in this video, I'm just going to be looking at some of the worst mistakes that you could make, and they could actually affect you financially. Stay tuned, watch till the end, and if you avoid these mistakes I'm going to be talking about, then you can be certain that your investment journey is going to go well. I'm assuming here that you've already started the journey of investing, and therefore I'm just trying to make it smoother and efficient for you. So what are some of the worst mistakes that could mess up your investing? And why do we make these mistakes anyway? We make them because we lack education, and this is something we don't blame anyone for. It's just basically the school system. We also sometimes make them because of the people around us or the environment around us or the kind of knowledge that we have about these things. And sometimes the knowledge is not questioned. The knowledge is wrong. So you go to social media and people are saying all these things, and then you pick them up and then you go and apply them. Social media is good, but again, you have to be careful what kind of information you're getting from social media. So what I'm saying is that be careful and sieve the information you get about investing before you run into any kind of investment. That's one. So the other thing is that you need to get good education, but we will talk about that later. Otherwise, guys, here at Ken's Money Matters, talk about the money mindset, how to make that money, how to enjoy that money, how to manage that money, how to invest that money, and how to assure yourself of a lifetime of income, basically financial freedom. So what are the mistakes? Let's dive in. The first mistake that most people make is not adopting a long-term mentality or a long-term mindset. I have sung about this, I have said it, I've repeated it. I'm going to say it again. Why? Because it's extremely important, and it's one thing that us as Africans suffer from, because we do not think of tomorrow. Not because it's our fault, but it's because it's in our DNA not to worry too much about the future. We are starting to change. A lot of us are changing and thinking of wealth creation and future generations and everything like that. But most people haven't adopted that strategy yet. They haven't adopted that mindset yet. So we are still living like we were in agrarian society, whereby the communal setup was helping everyone thrive. But now it's a capitalistic system and everyone has to thrive on their own. That means you have to plan for your own. You have to fend for your own. So that means you have to prepare well. You have to think ahead of time. You have to adopt that long-term mentality. So the long-term mentality here will help you ensure that your investments are in for the long run, especially those who are investing in stocks here. You always understand that the longer you are in the market, you increase your chances of succeeding with the markets. The markets are always volatile, and they always go in cycles. So if you are always trying to get in and out of the market, chances are you won't make any money. If you are a short-term person who is getting in and hoping to make quick cash, you won't get any money. You must adopt a long-term mindset. Sometimes when I talk to young people, I tell them, hey, think of 10 years and 20 years from now. They're like, whoa, Ken, that's too far. I want something next week. I want something tomorrow. I want something in the next 2-3 months. But that's just not practical and not possible. And usually if it is possible, then it's something that can also go down that fast. So if you want to actually build proper foundational wealth, you have to start thinking long term. You have to start thinking, okay, what am I going to get out of this investment in the next 10, 15, 20 years? That long-term mindset will help you go through so many phases, even in the stock market. Like right now, for example, everything is messed up, everything is down. Stocks are completely down. Some of the best earners have been terrible following the COVID issue, following the supply chain issue, following so many other things that have happened, really, the recession. So a lot of things have happened that have actually interfered with stocks earnings, and therefore stocks are low. But if you were to go out right now and try to make some money, you will lose money. But if you're a long-term investor, then you're not worried about that. You basically focused on, okay, I'm looking at 10, 15 years and looking at the records and statistics, it's always made money. So it will rebound. And sometimes after a rebound, we have the best stock market years. So adopt that long-term mentality and focus on what you're going to get out of something in the next 10, 15, 20 years. Invest money that you do not need in the short term. The second thing is what we call panic selling. This is very common among people, by the way. So a lot of people, they go and just sell. The moment they buy an investment, they buy Safaricom today, they buy Coca-Cola, they see the stocks are going down tomorrow, they go and sell. They see it going back up, they go and buy. That is the worst way you can invest. And panic selling is terrible because a lot of times it's sentimental. People say, oh, the stock market will crash, everything is going to crash, the house prices are going to crash, everything. So people just start spelling doom and telling you how bad things are and how bad things are going to happen. And then of course you start panicking, and what do? You sell your investments. That's the worst thing you can be doing. And what happens is that most of the time, if you sell when the market is in that condition, you're going to lose money. So what you're doing in that situation is what you call, you're locking in your losses. You see, when you down in the market, in the stock market, let's say you are down 10, 20, 15%, then you don't sell, it's just a paper loss. Okay, so it's not confirmed yet until the market rebounds, and then you get your money. But if you go and sell at that particular time when there's panic selling and everyone is selling, what happens? The prices will properly drop and you will lose a lot of money. So panic selling is one of the worst things you can do in the stock market or anywhere else. You have to have a strategy. You have to know why you are investing. You have to know the timeline, like I mentioned in the first mistake, the timeline of investing. If it's 10 years, it's 10 years. If it's 15, it's 15. There must be a goal and an objective and a timeline. So have very specific timelines with regards to your investing, and then you will be able to avoid panic selling. And avoid looking at the news all the time if you are investing in the stock market. Daily news doesn't affect you much. Look at the long-term horizon. Like I said, long-term mentality. So don't panic sell. Then we have what we call FOMO, fear of missing out. This is a very common thing, even in Forex trading and stock investing. You see something is happening, people are investing in crypto, NFTs, and everything is going up. You go online on Instagram, people are posting, nice pictures, travels, money. Someone is just saying, oh, I just made 1,000%. And then you're like, whoa, I need to buy that. I need to buy that. That is FOMO. Fear of missing out will mess your investing big time. You need to treat it and you need to work on it. If you're always running for the best new thing, the most shiny thing, the most shiny investment, the investment with 1,000% return, what happens? You're going to lose money big time. You're going to lose money big time. So what do? You make sure that you stay with your objectives. You make sure that you know your goals. You make sure you stay on that track where you're supposed to be going to. You have a goal. You have what you want to be doing. If you are doing what you call dollar cost averaging, where you are investing a certain amount monthly, continue doing that despite what's happening. And if you have an investment type that you have chosen already and you know it will give you good returns, don't rush out and say, hey, now crypto is the next hot thing, so I need to take my investments out from here, pump them into crypto. What happens with this crazy high return stuff is that they come down quite fast as well. And the other thing is that they are also manipulated. We have what we call pump and dump. So people pump up the stock, then they dump it. What happens? Prices go up, then immediately everyone sells, trying to make money, and the clever ones and the intelligent ones, the ones who are actually running the show, they dump, and what happens? Everyone else is losing money. So avoid that. Be careful. No FOMO. And then not understanding what you own. Peter Lynch says that you must know what you own and why you own it. You must be in a position to explain why you own something and what do you own. So let's say it's an ETF. What kind of ETF do you have and why do you have it? What is the time horizon with regards to that? What's the returns? Why do you own that particular tech stock? Why do you own that particular consumer stock? Why do you own that particular telecommunication stock? Why? What are the metrics? And you have to understand them well, and you have to know your objectives and your plans and your reasons for owning it. So always try to understand what you own and know why you own it. This is basically just being aware. Try to get more details than just the generic stuff, of YouTube or stuff. Even if you get the idea from me or from anyone else on YouTube, go do your own research, know why you're investing in something, and try to own it as an individual and understand it so well. Then, of course, the biggest one and the last one is knowledge. Knowledge is important. So you want to know what you're doing. If you know what you don't know, then you can be helped, because you will be like, okay, I know I don't know about investing. I know I don't know about financial literacy. What do? You get help. So knowledge is extremely important. Knowledge is extremely important, and that's where people like us come in. So you always have an opportunity to talk to a professional, and they can guide you on the specific ways and specific tracks that you need to follow for you to start investing. So you need to be very intentional about seeking knowledge that you don't know. We go to hospitals when you're sick, we talk to doctors, we go to specialists when you need anything, you go to different people, musicians when you need something to do with music, different people when you need massage, you go to masseuse. But when it comes to investing, why are you not going to someone who is in a position to help you invest? When it comes to investing, when it comes to financial literacy, you have to find that knowledge. It doesn't come naturally. So information and knowledge is very important. Try to get as much as possible, and remember, not just from social media, but also specifically to your strategy, something that's attuned to you as an individual that understands your circumstances, your nature, and your dreams and goals. So nothing so generic and nothing so general, something a bit more specific and detailed on your own circumstances. That will help you invest in a safe way. Otherwise, guys, I hope those points can help you retain your money when you're investing. Right now is the best time to start looking at the mistakes you might make before you start any investments, or before you panic sell and get out of the market. Anyway, guys, I hope that's been helpful. Thank you so much. Subscribe, share, and see you next time. Out.